Okay, here we go. I think this is episode three, and I am here with Kelly Stovall, who lost her son Chance, Forever 17. I first met Kelly probably at the PTA convention last year I think it was the Gaylord, wasn't it?
Yes.
Last year it was at the Gaylord. And then I met her again down at Surfside
Mm-hmm.
this past June and threw me for a surprise when I found out what I want Kelly to talk about. And I will say that for 4.5 years, I've been doing this, and all I've wanted to do is go out there and make awareness to maybe save a life. And when tells her story, physically saved a life with this, and I'm getting goosebumps even as we speak. It's the most amazing thing. And I remember the first time I heard about Chance was when I showed you that video earlier where we were doing the breakfast with friends with Fox, and that commissioner or councilman came up and he started telling me about Chance, and we can go into that, and whether or not the schools there are doing anything, and I'd even like to ask you about did anybody get charged with Chance with that? So I'm just going to turn it over to you, Kelly, if you can tell a little bit about Chance and then what has happened that is just throwing everybody. I mean, it still amazes me. So
Yes, hello, Kelly Stovall. My son Chance, Forever 17, was I would like to say your typical teenager boy. He never had one single friend group. I think he had several because he just kind of fit in that way. He was kind to everybody and gave the best hugs, and he was just the down to try anything and try to just make everybody happy. Um, he was, I'd say it was about his junior year. He started working and met a gentleman at work, an older gentleman, and he snuck out of the house with his truck. I'm assuming he got paid, and this gentleman, I want to say, took advantage of him, and they drove to Dallas and got pills, and it was laced with fentanyl. And then this other gentleman, his name is Connor, woke up, and my son didn't. He did call 911, and then that was the night that or morning, that the cops showed up to our house, and we went to Dallas Children's. And I think since we got there, in my heart, I kind of already knew, but Chance was brain dead the entire time. Um, and so that journey was about 6 days in the hospital. And after we completed our brain dead test of Chance, because that's something I needed as a mom, just to assure me, um, they started asking us questions. I think because they were able to stabilize him, which is not common for fentanyl. Um, if he and he was an organ donor. It was actually the last thing that kind of made us proud because he was 17, still a minor. So we were able to make that decision for him, but he kind of already made that decision when he got a driver's license. So it was on there. And so we definitely honored that. And so with that, we met Jay. Jay reached out to us, and the way organ donation works is you have to communicate through the organization first and agree to both sides wanting to communicate without them being in the middle. And we are so thankful for Jay and Maria. Jay received Chance's heart. And since then, it's kind of been, like you mentioned, a really unique story. Not a lot of people meet their organ transplant and donor. And yeah, it's just been a great experience. And I'm thankful for them because they have jumped on the fentanyl awareness for me. They've gone to billboards and honored Chance when I couldn't be there, and they came to Surfside, like you said. So we've traveled together. We've interviewed on news stations together. Um, if I'm feeling down or emotional, which I experienced and already told you, I will give them a call and they will just listen. So yeah, I'm thankful that they come down to everything for us, like charity stuff. My daughter, if she wants Chance there, she'll call, and they helped baptize us.
oh
Um,
my God. Wow.
yeah, it's so we had a piece of Chance. They showed up to his graduation. He would have graduated here in 2025. So they were there with us for that so that his heart could be there. Um, it's just been, you know, I love the fact that it has his name was Chance, and we had a bunch of different like God winks is what we call them. Jay, his name, Chance's best friend's name was Jay, and so Jay got his heart. Their youngest son's name is Chase, and then our youngest son's name is Chase. About I don't remember how long ago they had a dog that they rescued, and they named it Chance,
Oh
and
my
then
God.
Chance gave them their heart. And he's so respectful. He always says it's, borrowed, and he's just the vessel and living it. And it's just been, I'm thankful that they've reached out and we've become family.
I know that I became a Christian probably 8 years ago. And, I remember even when Preston died, either going to be mad at God or go to God. And
Yeah.
it's just amazing what I've learned in the Word. I can't speak exactly the verses, but God knows the day we're going to be born and the day that we're going to pass. And this was a God moment that for him to give his heart to Jay. And then he said, now your family is the way I look at it. So you've got, I
Yeah.
mean, how amazing it would be to feel your son's heartbeat. I mean,
hmm
I just,
And hear it whenever I,
yeah,
want or need to. We've gone down there to visit them. They've come up here several times to visit us.
yeah.
They're about a 4 hour drive away. But yeah,
It's, I mean, to me, I want to actually do awareness that, not that I ever want anybody to pass away again, but everybody's got to be
yeah.
an organ donor. I mean, that's the
hmm
thing. I mean,
I'm actually wearing Donor Life t-shirt right
I
now
like that. I
that
like
they
that.
gave us.
Is that an organization or anything?
It's the Southwest Transplant Organization,
Okay.
the one that they went through, or that we went through. And they just do different events. And this one just happened to be, I think they just did the Frisco Rough Riders or something event, and they
Okay.
gave out free shirts. I wasn't able to attend, but my best friend I talked about earlier, she was able to attend, and she got the shirts and stuff and honored Jay and Maria, or Jay and Chance.
That is, it's just awesome. I mean, it's like I said, all right, 4.5 years, and I've been out spreading awareness, trying to save lives, bring awareness, and Chance literally physically saved a life. And that's, I mean, I just hope everybody sees this and sees what a God moment it was. And
Yeah,
when I know that I've spoken in the past where people have always said, they criticize people that have died of fentanyl with the stigma and shame, though they're just addicts, that kind of thing. Some people even blame the parents. And
hmm
and I remember saying it, I think it was Frankie and Opie, they did a fentanyl thing, and I spoke and I said, everybody thinks that maybe we're bad parents. And when I met your family, the whole family down there, and it just reminded me that all of these parents that have lost somebody, if we were such bad parents, why do we love them so much that we're out doing all this? And that's what I
yeah.
saw with your family and then your daughter when she got up on stage with him. And it's just how did Chance's brother and sister handle that? Were they is it
Um, Chase, my youngest, he's 6. We've definitely had our fair share of struggles. I think the hardest thing for me, besides losing Chance, would be the fact that I have to continue on to be a mother and a wife.
right?
My youngest, I don't know how much he retains, but towards the end of the school year last year, he struggled and told his principal he's just always sad. And so I don't know if that's like something he's going through because he's only 6. So I don't know how much of it is, being a typical 6-year-old boy, or like
Right.
how much emotions, because I know he feeds, and we're always like, we constantly always talk about Chance, or things are triggering, or if I'm crying, like he's sitting over here. So eventually he might be like, Mom, are you sad? Is it Chance? So I don't know really about Chase. Um, Charity struggles, um, believe it or not, and this blows my mind, more on bullying. And
Oh,
when people tell me I'm strong, I look at her like her getting on stage. I could never do that. I'm too emotional for it, I guess. I'm like, and so here my 12-year-old daughter is getting on stage and representing our family for us. That's strength for me. But the kids, and it's typical teenage girls,
Yeah,
you know, sixth, seventh grade. So she's struggled really hard with that, which is scary just with the world we live in. And I don't want her to ever think she's work, you know, and it has nothing to do with her. Um, so recently we've moved mainly just because I think we were searching or needing something. Um, I don't know, to find our place. It's just kind of like we felt out. So now we are closer to where Chance is buried. And she just doesn't sometimes want to mention him because she doesn't want them to use it against her.
gotcha.
But she's kind of like slowly, as soon as, you know, anybody does say, she won't lie, you know.
Right.
So she struggles a little bit with that. But I think we just kind of it's changed the way we look at things, and we just kind of talk our emotions out and just, you know, it is what it is, and we will work together on it. There's no book, there's no, you have a right to feel however you feel or
Yeah.
mourn and grieve, and we'll cross whatever happens then, I guess. So it's just, I mean, we've all had our own individual struggles. Like my husband, he's been a strength and he's handled most of the case part of it for me. um but I think that's hard when you're, for me in the marriage too, because if I'm breaking down, I need him to be strong. But when he's breaking down, I need to be strong. But when you're like trying to talk to each other about certain triggers, or like when we're doing the impact statements or something, I want him to help me read or talk to me about it. It's hard when you both break down at the same time. And as a man, I'm sure he's just not as open and emotional as what I would be. So it's definitely just been a struggle. And I'm very thankful that it didn't break us as a family, like our inner core family, apart. Um, because I feel like it could have, I guess, or somebody could have shut down or did something. But yeah, we've just all had our own struggles.
I'm glad you brought that up because I know I'm definitely not ever going to be a marriage counselor. I've been married 3 times. I can talk about divorce all day long, but the one thing that I've noticed is men, and that's why I kind of started the angel man, call and things of that nature, just because men usually don't share their emotions and they don't talk. And there's a high success rate of divorce after you lose a child. In fact, my neighbor, 2 doors down, he lost his daughter on graduation night 10 years ago. Not fentanyl, not just a car accident. And and he told me, yeah, it's like a 90% chance of divorce
Yeah.
when you lose a
I mean,
child.
I could, luckily, I think that was one of my instinct fears because you don't want to blame the other person or you
Right.
start fighting or anything. But I am so thankful that like it did the complete opposite, I
Right.
think. And like he was the only one that understood what I was going through or how I felt or anything. So I felt lucky because that was a concern. You're like, how is this going to affect my family?
Yeah.
Not just my marriage, but in general, like us together. And so far, like it's been as good as it can be in the situation, I guess you could say.
Well, there is no perfect family, but I will say when I met you guys, the whole family down there at Surfside, it was like that's like the perfect family. I mean, I know there's always problems, but I mean, it's just when I met
Yeah.
Robbie for the first time and the kids, and I know we all struggle, and I know that we're still
Yeah.
gonna have trials and tribulations that hit us every day, but or not, hopefully not every day, but we know how to get through them. But you guys have that family niche that it's I'm in awe of it, and it's great.
Thank
I
you.
love that, I love that your daughter got up there and was sharing. And when you said you moved, I've met a lot of families that have moved, and I even like the neighbor I mentioned 2 doors down. They moved here. I said, "Why did y'all move here?" And they said, "We just couldn't be in the house that she grew up in." It was a
Mhm.
constant reminder. And I know
It
people
is.
grieve in different ways, and you can't ever judge somebody
Yeah.
from the way they grieve. So,
Yeah, it's that whole city. And that was hard. That was a hard decision too, just because that city was there for us and helped us. I mean, helped pay for the funeral when they did the GoFundMe. Like we couldn't have done that without everybody who supported us and supported Chance and loved Chance and hearing all the stories every single time that I'm out. So that was a really hard decision to move. I mean, it's only like 20 minutes away, so it's not like I don't see those people again or I don't, you know, go to any of the events. But I mean, it's just anywhere and everywhere is just that constant reminder and it was just it was a hard decision. But we already discussed previously. I think we just wanted a little bit more land and something. But with Chance being in high school, it was always like you don't want to move
Oh
them
yeah,
while
not in
they're
high
in high
school.
school and
Yeah.
stuff, right? And so just like previous plans, it just happened to work out. But after graduation is when we kind
Okay.
of moved that school year. So it was like, and with my daughter going through what she was going through, I think it was just kind of like one of those things. But we ended up keeping that house because I can't get rid of it completely and just renting it out so
Oh,
that I
okay.
still have it. And it's actually rented out to my best friend.
Oh, okay.
So I kind of look at all that as a God wink too, just because I didn't have to make those hard decisions or anything, but I still at least have it. And then she knows exactly what it means to us as well. So it just kind of worked out.
That's awesome. Would your daughter, because I know I'm not trying to promote anything, but I try and find siblings that will speak at schools because I've always said people are sick of seeing this old guy up on stage
Yeah.
talking about his son. And the siblings have more in common with the people closer to their age. But, I don't know if, I mean, I'm just throwing that out there. If that would be therapy for her. Because to be honest, it's therapy for me when I get up and talk.
Right.
And so they, you know,
She amazes me, and I would not put it past her. I mean, she does have our blood in her and knowing Chance too. It doesn't surprise me if she would say yes. I would definitely talk to her about it and just make sure she's okay. But I bet that would just make her anything happy, just so younger kids, even if it's from a different standpoint of like, I mean it when I say like the bullying, it
yeah.
threw me. I'm just so surprised at that they could see from her like what it does to her and how it has nothing to do. I bet she would, but I'd let her
Oh
answer
yeah.
that.
It's just when she got up there on the stage and I was just like, wow, she's
I
got
know
she's got a calling.
her
And
strength.
yeah, so she's
It,
it's well, I am sorry for the loss of Chance. And I know that
thank
I've
you.
I've learned that that's the best we can say is I'm sorry.
Yeah,
And so
and I'm sorry for Preston too.
thank you. Thank you. With the charge, I did want to ask you about that. Was he ever charged with anything or
Um,
somebody?
yes, there's three different people charged. I don't know how much I can actually say because they're still in
Okay.
the
No, that's
court
fine.
systems, but there are three people. The Connor, the guy he was with. I'm assuming Connor's connection, and then I'm assuming the guy over Connor.
Okay.
Or so it's three people up, however
Okay.
the chain goes. And they are just now, as of like last week, they have all decided to plead guilty. And
Okay.
I think the reason they've decided to plead guilty is because everything else has been going on with Trump's new law and just
Yeah.
everything and how the harsher punishments are coming here around. Ours are in Dallas County, but Collin County and everybody. So I think that's why they pled guilty.
Okay.
So here in the next 2 months is the sentencing hearing for all of them.
Okay.
The top guy was going to take it to trial, but and like didn't want to make us, like he said to the DA that he didn't want the family to have to go through that. And they're like,
Okay.
okay, well, then you're the only one that can control that. So he did decide to plead guilty, but he hasn't said that to the judge yet. So we're
Got
still waiting on that portion. And then all three of them will have sentencing. Like I think August 18th is the first one.
it. Okay.
And then that's where we will all read our impact statements as well for the sentencing.
I know the reason I ask it, and I don't need to know about the details or anything, it's just I've seen a lot of families go through this. I
Mhm.
actually tell people I'm very blessed that I don't know who it is because
Yeah,
I'm so glad that your family is together and because it's a long process and I've seen it
it is.
wear people
Yeah.
out. And so
I'm so thankful for my husband on that aspect because from the beginning, since being in the hospital with Chance, he has just kind of taken that over. And I'm so thankful because I just could not allow myself to have any part to do with that, only because I did not want it to consume my life.
okay.
Like as long as they were in jail, like I didn't care. Like I don't want to
Yeah.
I just don't want it to consume my life. So I'm at a better place now, but he still has just handled every single bit of that from speaking to him and just telling me what to do and where to be. So I'm thankful for that.
Well, it's an amazing story and I mean I'll never forget it because it is truly he saved a life, physically saved a
Mhm.
life. And that's
Mhm.
something we all do with the fentanyl awareness. We're trying to save a life, but we're trying to be proactive
Yes.
and
And I'll be honest, since being on this journey, it blows my mind. Like I've reached out to the other because they tell you like, a female or a male of this age received this part. And Jay has been the only one who has reached out. One of the other recipients, I think it was like a spleen and it's something, passed away. So they did let me know on that. The other one never reached out. And the only other letter that I got was his Achilles tendon, but they didn't leave. I know it's crazy.
wow.
Which I loved. I loved to read that and how it helped, him. He was in like a ski accident or something, but I love to read that letter, but I never got to write back. Like they never left
Okay.
any information for the place, the organ donation place to let me write. So I would highly suggest, like, I don't know, just reach out. Like I want to know everyone who has
Oh
my
yeah.
son's part. So it blows my mind that they don't want to know or if they don't give any information. Like I want to write back. I would love to tell you about him and send pictures and so that's why I think I'm so thankful for Jay because he was the first one to do it and he did it so fast, which was also crazy with the recovery. But even on the Facebook pages that they're on, that's why they leech on to Jay because they're like, well, our heart recipient hasn't reached out or our heart, they don't get to talk to them. And I'm like, I just don't get it. Like, so I think other people need to just know like it is a thing and it's okay. And I think you should try it, like reach out and
Yeah.
become, I don't know. I want awareness for that right now.
Well, I think you got a calling for that now.
Yeah.
And your daughter's going to be the spokesperson charity. So,
Yes.
well, thank you so much, Kelly. I've got so many of these stories, but yours is just, chances is just, it's amazing. I'm not downplaying anything anybody else does, but you know what I'm saying. He
Yeah.
physically saved a life, and it was an honor to meet him, and it was an honor to meet your whole family. And I know you do your girls trip every year, but maybe Robbie and I'll start a guys trip every year.
Yes.
So,
I need him to get out. He needs
yeah.
to live a little.
And I'll always say, I said, I'm always with the mothers. And I said, nothing against women, but I need some men to talk to every once in a while. So,
I can't wait to tell him to.
yeah, yeah. So he needs someone to recruit him. So, well, thank you so much. And yeah, please, like we talked about earlier, send me whatever you have, and then I'll release it today. And even the donate life thing, if there's a foundation you want me to speak of and promote them, whatever it is, let me know.
Okay.
Thank
Sounds
you so
good.
much,
Thank you.
Kelly. And God bless you and
All
your
right.
family. Okay.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye.
Jesus, always King Jesus, glory to God forever. Oh, we're doing it, okay? Princess Chance, he has a lot of hair. I freestyle. You don't want to get wet. Okay. I've wetted it so you don't. Okay, cool. Yeah, it's too dry now. They really come down so fast. That's the thing.
Can Demonier do it?
Well, you got to push it all. Toby, you want to hear it?
Did you hear it?
Yeah, a little bit.
It's real faint. That's why the recording's a little bit louder.
Yeah.
I can't hear it. I'm gonna be the one that can't find it.
Yeah, it's like,
There you go.
I can't hear it. Y'all can't hear anything.
here,
It's calling me.
let me see it. Yeah, okay.
Okay. I'm like, I'm
Yeah,
trying.
and then we'll just hold it for.
Okay. Lord. I can't hear nothing. Like literally nothing.